I was secretly earning $500,000 when my husband asked for a divorce. He said he didn't want a wife who didn't work. Later, he married my best friend and karma caught up with him. He went pale. I've been not seeing him for a month. John just brushed the divorce lawyer's business card at me without even asking, "Are you okay? Or how are you feeling?" He said, "Divorcing a wife who doesn't work, pay me $1,000 a month as alimony, sounds good. Take care." John chuckled as he said this, and standing beside him, Emily was wrapping her arm around his, wearing a similar smug expression. "Fine, much divorce them," I said it so casually that John seemed a bit surprised, but he quickly shared the smile with Emily. Good thing John isn't much of a thinker. It makes my plan easier to execute. After the divorce papers were approved, I decided to start my revenge plan on both of them. I would make them prize the celebration of my recovery. My name is Sarah Wolf. I'm a 47-year-old illustrator, and I also work as a children's book author. I just love drawing. I have two childhood friends, John and Emily. They are important friends to me, and John was also my husband. It all started when John asked me out as I was heading to a different college after high school. I was surprised. I thought he was into Emily, but I couldn't say no to a confession from John, whom I had secretly liked. After some thought and consultation with Emily, I accepted John's proposal. Emily's behavior had been a bit problematic since our teens, but she was still a dear friend to both John and me. However, Emily had a tendency to snatch other people's boyfriends and then dump them once they became obsessed with her, causing problems time and again. Her parents were concerned, so John and I often spent time with her to watch over her. John and I got married when we were 25. 4 years later, Emily brought her fiancé into our lives. His name was George, a professional working for a top-tier company. Nice to meet you, Sarah and John. I've heard so much about you. Looking forward to our future together, George said, very polite. We all got along immediately. We would get together during holidays and vacations, taking trips or going on long train rides to enjoy some drinks. However, things started falling apart after Emily got pregnant 2 years into her marriage. John and I originally had many siblings, so there was no worry about heirs, and we decided we didn't need children. Both of us love kids, but we weren't keen on actively caring for them. Besides, we loved our freedom to travel and enjoy drinks. We often found it heartwarming to see families with children, but it was never more or less than that. When Emily announced her pregnancy, John's attitude started to change. He quit smoking because Emily said she couldn't stand the smell, and even offered to drive her to doctor's appointments using his vacation days. I warned him, George might get upset if you're always with Emily. But John already Doc, you have work, don't you? She's a childhood friend, and she's reaching out for help. You're heartless. I said, I've been buying things and helping where I can, but going with her to the obstetrician is crossing the line. When I said that, John frowned and glared at me. Why? Because Emily wants it, right? She said she's anxious about the checkup. I can't just let her go alone, John said. If she's anxious, all the more reason for George to go with her, right? If he go with her every time, it's almost like you're the father of the baby in her belly. I snapped. Jealous? You're not going to get pregnant anyway, so what's the problem? John didn't take my concern seriously and instead started snapping at me, saying I was being annoying. We had hardly ever had a fight during our marriage, but things changed when Emily got pregnant. Our arguments increased, and I didn't change even after Emily gave birth. In fact, John started spending even more time with Emily and her child, Emma. But when Emma was 6, an incident occurred. He had you with the attendees of Emma's graduation ceremonies. The day before the graduation, John suddenly started rummaging through the closet. John, what are you doing? I have a meeting tomorrow, I asked. John's wordplay said casual dress code, but there was a rule to wear a suit during client meetings, so we always kept a few suits ready. But they were all fun on the bed now. No, just trying to decide what to wear for the graduation ceremony, John replied casually. What? You're seriously thinking of attending the graduation? Yeah. George can't make it. Emily asked me, you responded. Wait, that's absurd, no matter how you look at it. I raised my voice in disbelief. John's face turned sour immediately. I knew he occasionally picked Emma up from kindergarten, and I had done so myself when asked. Yet, it was nonsensical for a childhood friend who wasn't even biological parent to attend a graduation ceremony. You still doubt me, Emily? I'm disappointed that you can't even help out, John said. That's not the point. Anyway, I'm attending the graduation tomorrow, so I iron the shirt properly, John said, ending the conversation abruptly and heading to the bedroom. I had no choice but to call Emily. Hello, Emily. About tomorrow. Sorry about tomorrow. I'm borrowing John. But 1, 2, or 3 had said about graduation attendance. Sarah, what are you talking about? Obviously, I haven't told George that the graduation is tomorrow. I'll tell him after the ceremony. I was shocked to learn that George didn't know about the graduation schedule. Upon further questioning, it seemed that Emily hadn't informed George about any of the kindergarten events so far, and John had been acting as the father at the kindergarten. It made me dizzy with the selfishness of it all. Wait a minute, Emily, isn't that extremely unreasonable? It's disrespectful to George. just because he's a childhood friend. Eh? What's wrong, Sarah? You're scary. Well, see you tomorrow. Emily hung up on me, leaving me trembling with anger. Still, in the end, I ironed John's shirt, prepared his tie, and the next morning, I saw him off at Emily's graduation ceremony. Since then, Emily and John started going out more frequently, from once a month to once a week to 3 times a week. Eventually, even George seemed to have some suspicions. One day, while John and Emily were out, George visited our house alone. I'm sorry for visiting you late at night. There's something that's been bothering me, George began. Is it about the two of them? I asked. Yes. I'd like you to take a look at this. George showed me the GPS history he had installed in Emily's car. He showed that she had been staying at the hotel 3 times a week. All of those days she was out with John. Just by looking at George's face, I understood what that meant. What do you want to do, George? I want to take revenge on those two. Me too. I can't forgive them for betraying us after all this time. Now come and I'll tag you on part 2. George and I stared at each other for a long moment. The weight of betrayal hung in the air, pressing down on both of us. I could feel a storm brewing inside me. Years of love, trust, and friendship shattered in an instant. We had to be smart about this, George finally said, his voice low and steady. I don't want to confront them without a plan. I nodded, but anger bubbled up inside me. I wanted to scream, to throw something, to confront John and Emily right that second. But George was right. Rushing in blindly would only make things worse. Let's collect more evidence first, George suggested. If we want to hit the murderers, we need to be prepared. For the next few weeks, George and I worked together, gathering every piece of proof we could, every hotel receipt, every unexplained absence. Before Wicks became a detective, Hugh battled layers of lies. The more we uncovered, the more I realized how deep their betrayal went. John and Emily weren't just having an affair. They had built a separate life, with John playing the doting father to Emma while Emily lied to George, day after day. And through it all, I pretended. I smiled when John came home late. I nodded when Emily guessed about her perfect life. But inside, I was already planning my revenge. One night, George and I knitted a quiet bar downtown. It was a rainy evening, and the dim light reflected off the wet streets outside. We sat in the cooler booth, going over the final pieces of our plan. We need to hit them where it hurts the most, George said, tapping a finger on the stack of documents in front of him. Not just emotionally, but financially. I smiled. What would they, John, know? I had been secretly building my own wealth for years. My freelance illustration business had exploded, and I was earning $500,000 annually. John had always thought I was just trying for fun, barely scraping by, but the truth was, I had built an empire. I looked at George. When the time comes, I'm going to make sure there was everything. A few weeks later, the perfect opportunity presented itself. Emily had thrown a lavish birthday party for Emma, and John, of course, was there by her side. George and I were invited. Watson said joke, and we decided to use the occasion to drop a bomb. We arrived at the party together, acting as if nothing was wrong. As soon as we walked in, I saw John and Emily laughing oblivious to the storm that was about to hit. I felt a surge of satisfaction knowing that their happiness was about to crumble. After dinner, George and I quietly stepped away from the party and set our plan in motion. First, we called John and Emily into a private room away from the other guests. What's this about? John asked, looking annoyed. George didn't say a word. He pulled out his phone, opened the GPS tracker app, and handed it to John. Explain this. John's face went pale as he looked at the screen. Emily guessed. Heard him fly to her mouth. 3 times a week, George said coldly. That's how often you've been staying at a hotel, and only been tried at night. We have proof. John stammered, trying to come up with some excuse, but I cut him off. And you, I said, turning to Emily, I trusted you. I thought you were my best friend. But you've been sneaking around behind my back for years. Well, guess what? And then, Emily's face trembled, and for the first time, I saw your fear in her eyes. We're divorcing both of you, George announced. And we're taking everything, before John or Emily could respond. We had it in the divorce papers, already signed and ready to go. I'll make sure you regret every minute of this, I whispered to John, feeling the surge of power that I hadn't felt in years. As George and I walked out of the party, meeting John and Emily to deal with the fallout, I felt a strange sense of peace. It wasn't just about the revenge anymore. It was about reclaiming my life, my dignity, and my future. And as for John and Emily, they would learn the hard way that karma always comes back around.